Hi, everyone. Welcome to Impossible to Say. My name is Emily Proctor.
And my name is Kat Wellington. Y'all, we've been chatting off the air for about probably 45 minutes. Now we had a lot to
Hmm.
catch up on because I want to tell you guys. Wait, do you care if I tell them?
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm happy to.
Well, actually, I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm going to say Emily has great news and she's going to tell you.
I have been keeping a secret from you guys.
You actually
I'm.
haven't because it happened in the space of the week. You haven't even
I
waited.
know. I know. I found out that I'm pregnant. No, I'm kidding. Um,
That everyone's actually going to believe that.
no, that's why I said I was kidding. Quickly. No. Okay. Well, I guess I'm pregnant with a house. Kyle and I got a
Yes.
house, which is so
Yay!
exciting.
Brings me so much I'm so happy for you guys.
It was, like, the craziest 12 hours of my life because it happened so quickly, and it's crazy because it happened the day that we recorded last week, and it was so funny when we finished recording, you were like, "Shit, we didn't tell them about the new house that you saw and, like, how you put an offer in," and I was like, "Oh, it's fine, like, last one didn't go so well, so let's just keep it under wraps because I don't wanna get my hopes up." And then we literally found out the next morning that we didn't get it, and we were crushed because we
Yeah.
went in with, like, a crazy offer. We went over, we did no inspection, like, we threw in all the things into our contract that were like, "There's no way they can turn it down." Well, they did, which was really sweet.
Yeah, so this is
Um,
not the one that we had said that you put the offer in.
yeah, so this is a different house, but
Yeah.
well, I'm still saying, like, the offer that we put in after last week's episode, they had told us in the morning. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I told you this, that we didn't get it, and then we ended up
Oh, I
having to,
didn't
like.
know that.
Oh, god, yeah, and we were crushed. I mean, Kyle was so upset, and basically the reason they didn't accept our offer initially was, like, a whole thing with, like, the other people that put the offer in had an approval letter, and we only had a pre-approval letter, which was so stupid because they had put an offer in another house that had fallen through, so they already had their approval letter. But
Mm.
basically, we got it all worked out, and it was so sweet because Doug's a realtor, I told you guys that. Doug called
Yeah.
me and was like, "Hey, I'm 99% sure that you guys are gonna get the house, but it's not official yet. Like, I just wanna let you know." And he was like, "Do you wanna tell Kyle?" And I was like, "No, I wanna tell him, like, when it is official because like, I don't wanna get his hopes
Yeah.
up." So it was so funny. I was, like, sitting there, like, stewing, being like, "Oh my god, I think we're gonna get a house." And then Doug called both of us and merged the calls and was like, "I have to talk to you guys about something with the contract." I was like, "Fuck, okay." And then he put Kyle on the phone, and then he was like, "Psych, you guys got the house."
Aw.
It was a good feeling,
I
so it
wish
was
you guys
crazy.
recorded that.
I think, my coworker has a clip actually of me, like, giddy on the phone, so it's somewhere.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
It feels really, really great to have, like, a stopping point to living with Kyle's parents as much as I love them. We're just so excited to get to have our own space. Obviously, we can't move for another 2 months, which sucks, but
Yeah.
it's fine. Gives us time to, like, collect furniture and kind of figure out what we wanna do inside the house, so it gives us some time to plan and still save while also spending, so
Also, it's so cute, you guys. Like it's the perfect house. It's great. I can't wait for
yeah.
you to show them.
Well, what's even crazier is my grandparents, like, lived on that street. They
Oh,
got married,
yeah.
moved into a house on that street, and my dad grew up on the same street, and I called my grandmother, and she was, like, sobbing. It was really, really, really sweet. It made me cry too. It was just
Oh my
feels very full
god.
circle, so.
Yeah, I would be sobbing too. That's like and did you know that when you
So I told my dad, I was like, "Hey, I think we're gonna put an offer in on this house." And I told him the street name, and he was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I grew up on that street." And I was like, "What?" I had no clue. So like the second he said that, I did kind of feel it in my bones. I was like, "Okay, like this would be fucked if we
Yeah.
didn't get it."
No,
So
truly. Wait, I thought
yeah.
he grew up in the house you grew up in. Was it like his first one before that?
Yes. So they lived there up until he was in high school, and then they moved here.
Oh my god. That's
Mhm.
really beautiful. And then, like,
Mhm.
how did you end up getting it over this is, like, for the people who have no idea what goes into this, like me. How did you end up getting it over the other people that had the approval letter? Or did they go with
Basically,
something else, or
our mortgage guy called the listing agent and, like, don't know if I'm assuming all of this is okay to say, but,
I
Basically,
mean,
he called them and was just like, "Hey, like, because they were worried about our finances. They were like, "They only have a pre-approval letter. We don't wanna deal with the finances. We need a quick close," like and that's usually why things like this fall through is people don't end up having the money at the end of the day. So, our mortgage guy called the listing agent and was like, "Hey, they're totally fine. They are gonna get approved with no problem. Like, you really don't have to worry about it." Because the other offer that they were gonna take was not nearly as strong as ours. They didn't put in like, the offer wasn't even as high as us, which was
oh,
crazy.
interesting.
So, he called her, that listing agent, and then called the listing agent for the house that the couple who was selling their house that were buying the house that they're buying, because that person was also worried. It was a whole, like, domino effect, and I feel really grateful that he did that for us. It was very, very sweet, and then she
Oh,
pretty much
yeah,
was like,
that's
"Oh,
great.
okay, like, we'll go with your guys' offer instead." So,
Yeah, I mean,
it
I guess
worked
if
out.
yeah, once they felt good about it, that's great. Well,
Mhm.
I am coming to Maryland in June, but you won't be moved in yet, which is making me very sad
I
because I would lo but
know.
maybe we could do a drive-by.
For sure, we can absolutely drive by. Every time Kyle and I get in the car together, before we go literally anywhere, Kyle drives past it. It's actually so funny. The first 2 times I kept being like, "Where are you going?" He's
That's
just driving
like
past.
that's so sweet. That was like when I was moving into this house, I kept just like walking by and staring at
Mhm.
it. And like I would stand on a wall to look at it closer. Like
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun to know where you're gonna be and be able to like and now you like I know you still have some stress with obviously getting everything figured out, but
Mhm.
also now you have something to be like excited about and it's not like constantly going to houses and looking.
No, I mean, we were probably looking at 4 or 5 houses a week, and, like, he's gone every single weekend for all of May and, like, half of June, so it was just, like, stressful for everyone involved, so it was honestly perfect fucking timing. It couldn't have happened better. I feel, like, very, very lucky, very, very grateful because I know the housing market's crazy right now and interest rates are ridiculous, so just I feel good.
Yay. Shout out Doug. Get that
Mhm.
bag. That's
Yeah,
a
if anyone needs a realtor in the area.
no, seriously, if you're local. We do have people like people that I've never even heard of from our high school and stuff, or like just our area that listen. Hey guys, Doug Hatch,
Hi.
realtor. I mean,
Sure
I
he'll
guess I would
appreciate the
listen too if
business.
there was like two girls from my hometown that had a pod.
You
I'd
think
tune
so?
in. I would maybe like probably to hate watch, but
Mhm.
then I'd probably end up liking it because it's just like so fucking amazing that you have to.
I wanna go out on a limb and say, like, we're probably the first from our high school that started a pod, so we're really paving the way. That's probably not true, but
I
I'm gonna
don't think
pretend it
that's
is.
I don't think that's true. Maybe the most successful, and that's not I'm not saying that in a cocky way because it's
Mhm.
not super successful, but I have seen other ones that have like 2 or 3 listeners.
I would say that we're, like, mid-tier,
Yeah. I mean,
you know? And that's fine. I was a mid-tier in my sorority, so it's only fair that I have, like, a mid-tier podcast.
well, I was in a bad sorority, so
That is literally not true.
well, it definitely is becoming more yeah, I think it was like middle bottom things, and now it's like a bottom house at Ole Miss,
Oh, that's
which
sweet.
I mean, God bless those girls. Yeah, sorority recruitment was tough on me, which I didn't think it would be because I feel like I can talk to anyone, but they took one look at me in my ugly ass dresses and they were like, "No,
Not
thank
right
you."
now.
My
Not
like
right now, she's not allowed.
2016 like huge winged eyeliner. It wasn't really working for the Southern girlies.
Yeah, I actually saw a photo, I was in DC this weekend, and I saw a photo of you and Elena freshman year, and I mean, we
My
all
hair.
had it,
I
but
know
yeah,
exactly
your
what
hair.
photo you're talking about because
Yeah.
I got the memory because I have Snapchat now. So, part of the reason that I deleted Snapchat and I also deleted the widget off my phone of like getting memories, I have a really, really hard time seeing any memories. I like to just kind of like also any trauma or anything from my life. I just like completely block it out. It's not like that's why I don't do well in therapy because I don't want to talk through things. Like I
Mhm.
do genuinely do better if I just move on from it. And so memories, I don't like to see any Snapchat like any memories. And that exact photo came up on Snapchat of me and Elena. My hair, if you're watching the YouTube, is parted
It's
so far, but
crazy.
But that specific day is the day where I changed my part because of those photos, if that makes you feel better. But it was like truly from like
It
right above my ear, like all
yes.
the way to the other side. And I genuinely thought I looked like really good that day until I saw it was for like a date party until I saw the photos. And then I said to my friends, because that day was worse than most days, even though it usually was pretty bad. I don't even know if I have the balls to post that photo. And anywho, I said to my friends, like, why didn't you guys tell me? And they were like, we just thought you liked it. And I was like, that's really fucked up. So,
It's
oh,
kind of sweet in a way that
I
they didn't wanna
guess,
tell
but I would
you.
have liked someone to be like, because it's not something I can't change. Like, if someone tells you something that you can't change, obviously that's fucked.
Yeah.
But if someone was like, I think you should move your hair part like slightly
Just like
over,
you literally could have moved it, like, maybe actually, no, you probably would have need to move it, like, maybe 2 inches for it to have looked
like
normal because it was way
2 to 16
over.
inches. Yeah. It was really like about as
Uh,
far as gravity would allow it to go, I would say.
and you still had so much of, like, volume, which, like, blows my mind. Like, the aerodynamics of it
I
is big ol'
specifically
crazy.
I specifically remember walking into that pregame, it was in a dorm room, it was my freshman year of college, and people complimented my hair. And I know exactly the one girl who complimented my hair was like, "Oh my God, it's so like old Hollywood. It looks good." Because my curls were very like brushed out. So like a
God, oh my
Hollywood
god.
curl. But I know they were secretly like, talking shit about it, which is beyond me. And that was the pregame. I've talked about this before, probably. That was the pregame. How do I explain this? So my ex-best friend who was like
Oh,
crazy
mhm.
manipulative, who I've talked about, she was like, let's not go to the big pregame. Let's do like a small pregame in a dorm room. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like trying to make new friends. I thought these girls were really cool. And it was this girl's room who like had just taken my new boyfriend. Anyway, she had taken him to New Orleans a couple months ago, and she was like heartbroken over him, which I didn't know because my manipulative friend told me that she like didn't like him at all and didn't care. So she created this situation where she forced me to bring my new boyfriend to a pregame with like this girl that was heartbroken over him, and I didn't know that no one told me they had sex in New Orleans as well. And this is like
Oh,
only
yes.
only I don't even think it was months. It was like we might not have been officially dating, so I think it was like a couple weeks later. So just to make her feel like shit and him feel uncomfortable and then maybe me feel uncomfortable, but I didn't because I didn't know what was going on. But looking back, I'm like, because she was best friends with that girl. I'm like, that's crazy to do to her because she's telling you she's like very upset about this boy. And you specifically invite me to this dorm to bring him because she
I think
set
she
us
was
up.
trying to set you up to, like, look bad so her friend would, like, hate you.
Either that or she was trying to make her feel like shit, which she successfully did because then later when all that came out and I
Both
talked to
scenarios are terrible.
yeah, and when I talked to her about it, she's like, I honestly like was so confused why she was doing that. And like looking back, I'm like, that is crazy. But anyway, I creep on that girl like it's my job. There's like some science to creeping on your ex best friend, your crazy ex best friend. I still follow her, but I have her muted. And I probably do it like once a week. Like she's living rent free.
I actually creeped on, not necessarily like I mean, I guess she's kind of like an ex-friend of mine, but one of our friends, ex-besties. I literally was just stalking her Facebook because I blocked her on Instagram. Just stalked her Facebook literally right before we started recording the pod, and I just catching up. Not much to see, not much
You
going
blocked
on.
her on Instagram. I know who you're talking
Fuck
about.
yes, I did.
Wow. I didn't know it was that
Mhm.
serious. I think I mean, I did know, but, and recent events have put her in a worse light for me too, but I still follow her. So I still see her stuff. And she's someone,
Oh,
if we're talking about the same person,
we are.
like
I'm pretty sure.
those kind of people, I'm not seeing the same people on her posts. It's always like new friends.
Mhm.
I'm like, you don't know these bitches. And she acts like they're like her besties, like they've been lifelong friends because those people are always like posting
Can't
random,
keep them.
can't keep them.
Can't keep them.
It is
Cannot
crazy.
keep
I'm sure
them.
we've talked about it a bunch, but it's so hard with like the people the people who have no friends, because I'm sure there are great people who have just genuinely struggled with friendships. But
Mhm.
then it is like such a red flag because anytime I've become friends with someone with no friends, it's always an issue.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to, like, pick and choose my words carefully here. Yeah, it's not surprising, and it's the same thing. So, I cannot believe you still follow her. Unfollow her right now.
I will. I don't like her content.
Well,
Like
that's fine as long as
I
you're not
don't
liking.
physically like it and I
She's,
don't
like,
enjoy it.
the type of person too, and I literally hate that I'm giving her airtime, but, like, the second we all unfollowed her, she literally reached out and was like, "Why did they all
Oh
unfollow me?
yeah.
Like, what did I do to them?" And I was like, "Bitch, you messed with my girl. I don't fuck with that."
This girl also is the kind of and this all goes very hand in hand because my ex-best friend was like very obsessed with social media attention too.
Mhm.
Which is why she was so pissed at me when I started a YouTube channel that had no views, no subscribers, and not much has changed. Look at our YouTube. But this girl that Emily's talking about would buy likes on her Instagram, and we could just like
Oh,
see that they were all bots, and then she would buy followers.
followers.
And then like certain photos would have like 600 likes, and then the other ones would have like, I mean, like 75. And I'm like, no one cares if you get 75 likes. Like, it looks way weirder to have one good photo of yourself get like 600 to 1,000 likes. Like, we know, baby, we know.
It was something that, like, we, like, talked about in high school, like, literally the second I got to college, I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, high school, I remember like caring about the
Obsessing over it, being
number.
like, "Oh my god, we got 100 likes in 6 minutes, like, this one's gonna be a good one."
Yeah, and I can remember even looking back like which photos of mine got the most likes. Like, it meant so
Mhm,
much. And now it's my
mhm.
full-time job and I still don't give a fuck.
Just speaking of Instagram and pretending not to care, I guess I just, like, updated my Instagram recently, but now I can see, like, which of my photos have been sent, which is a crazy thing for Instagram to show you.
Like, you can see your shares now.
Like, I can see how many times people have DM'd my photo.
Yeah, I have unfortunately always been able to see that. But to me, like, I can call everything a wash because like it's just hopefully just followers and not like friends or people in my life talking shit.
Yeah.
And it's, it's not always talking shit. Sometimes I'll send a photo of DM a photo and be like, "Oh, she looks so good," you know. But
Yeah,
normally
well,
it's
that's what
talking
I'm
shit.
assuming. I'm assuming it's, like, all of you girls are, like, sending my photos being like, "Damn, like, Emily looks so good in this photo," right? I'm sure that's
Oh,
what
well,
it
actually, yeah,
is.
you can call yours a wash too because you have a lot of pod listeners. So it is
That's
probably
what I'm
a lot of pod listeners.
hoping and assuming, but we'll see. You know what? Honestly, keep my name in their mouth. Let them talk.
Yeah, hey, shares for me are good for business.
I almost posted a Instagram story, and it was gonna be a selfie of myself on Saturday because I was waiting for the girls to finish getting ready when I was in DC, and the lighting was so good, so I was snapping away, taking some selfies, and I thought about throwing one up there, and I was like, "Oh my god, people are gonna think I'm single. I can't do that." But
Emily,
then I was like, "Wait, actually, let them talk."
Well, I feel like if you did it more often, it would never be a thing. But yeah, because you don't normally, maybe.
Yeah,
But you could definitely still throw up a selfie, and I would highly encourage you to do so.
it's okay, I'm gonna save it, like, for a photo dump or something, so it's fine.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing it.
Mhm.
There was a whole thread on BNC Reddit because we'll sometimes read because they're mostly very sweet and it's just funny. But there was a whole thread about like how the fuck does Kat make money? Like her videos get like 10 likes and her podcast like doesn't seem to be that big.
Oh, hi.
I know. And I was like, hi y'all. And
That's weird.
it was like sandwiched with a bunch of like I love her so much and I'm one of the it wasn't 10 likes. She said like 2,000. She was like, I'm one of the
Mhm.
2,000 likes. Like I love her, but like how does
Aw.
she make money? And I was like, why would you post that if you love me so much? But I fucking love it. And one of the most upvoted ones was just like daddy's money. So that's sweet.
Oh, that's really cool.
So I do
That's
want y'all to
really
know. It's not daddy's money.
that
I
ain't the
do make my own
case.
money. Unfortunately, you can just make a ton of money by posting on the internet, even if you get 10 likes.
I just, like, don't understand how people don't, like, recognize that by now, but I guess because of you, I know more, but I feel like it's, like, pretty transparent now, like, how much TikTokers and,
I
like,
know.
ad
I kind
deals,
of feel
brand
like that
deals bring
too.
you.
I always like have that same thought process where I'm like, I feel like I would understand this regardless, but I also probably only think that because I am in this situation.
Yeah.
But anywho, not daddy's money. Thank you so much though. Appreciate it.
I'm so glad you could clear that up for the
I know.
press.
I
So
just thought about it. Thanks,
we'll see you guys
guys.
in DNC next week when we update the thread or when someone updates the thread.
I know. Well, hey, I love BNC, my BNC fans. They're always very sweet to me on the thread. Like they're or on their subreddit. Like it's always
Hmm.
like hyping me up. So I love that community.
That's sweet. They are sweet. There's a lot of crossover there.
Yeah. And then Tristan and Channing also, this is actually why I saw it because we were looking at this one and someone had sent it. They had said that at least two people in the friend group have hooked up. So then everyone was like commenting their theories.
Were there theories about Tristan and Channing?
Well, like yes, but I think jokingly,
Well, of
just due
course.
to the circumstances.
I
But it
love
was
that.
a
I feel
funny
like
thread.
if I didn't know y'all, I would be speculating the same goddamn thing.
Yeah, there's definitely some mystery in it. It's fun. Let's keep it mysterious.
I I like that.
I have to tell you something that I am scared to tell you. It's exciting, but I wish you were with me. Tomorrow, I am actually moving forward with the overcompensating premiere.
Holy shit. Is it tomorrow?
I think the premiere is tomorrow, and the episode is
Is
Thursday.
Thursday. Wow, I am so excited for you.
I was not invited. I am Brett's plus one. And
Oh my God.
because Benny and Terry like love Brett, which is very sweet. And I am really excited, but I have no fucking clue what to wear. There's no dress code. I can't believe the episode will be out when this episode comes out. That's so exciting for everyone that
Divine
cares.
intervention that the pod comes out on the same day as overcompensating.
Yeah,
Yay.
just a Thursday.
Hmm.
I have no idea what to wear. They didn't say dress code. So I'm just like, I'm sure
Oh,
everyone will just be in like very cool outfits. But I'm like, I
yeah.
don't know how formal it's going to be. Brett is stressing me and all this crazy shit. And I'm like, it is like they're objectively cool outfits, but I'm like, I don't know if it's in like coming across in like an Addison Rae, like I'm very cool no matter what I wear vibe, or
Hmm.
like what the
You're
fuck are you wearing?
trying a bit too hard. Yeah, well, I feel like Mary Beth and Benny have really good style and they're always wearing like I feel like Mary Beth's always talking about these like vintage pieces that
That's
she's
exactly what I
gotten
said to Brett. Yeah.
and like, oh, no dress code is scarier than like a dress code. That's terrifying.
I know because I'm like, I have no idea. I have like this polka dot set that I like that's like black pants with white polka dots and then a white shirt with black polka dots, but Brett doesn't love it. So I just don't know. I think it's cute and fun, but he's just has such cool style that I'm
I was
like,
gonna say Brett's another cool one that you have to contend with, so that's
no, it's
tough.
so scary because I always just like if I have on a really cool outfit, which I don't ever because I just have like imposter syndrome. Like I can wear like a cutesy outfit and something a little bit different, but for the most part, like I'm all in the same vibe. Like I'm not taking too many risks, you know?
I totally understand. When I go out with Elena, she literally went out in like a soccer jersey 2 weekends ago, and I was like, "She looks cool as fuck," and like she was born to wear that. It was literally like a youth Barcelona jersey, and she looked fucking
Yeah.
sick. And I was like, "If I ever put that on my body, people would be like, 'What is she wearing?'"
Which like they wouldn't, but that's what
Yeah,
I think as well. Yeah, Elena's fashion arc needs to be studied because she like
it's
became
crazy.
the thrifting god. Like I want to like hire her as my stylist, but she has no time because she's so fucking busy. But like she is so good at like sourcing clothes. She's the friend who literally will go thrifting for her friends, find a piece that like somehow fits you perfectly. It's like insane. Like I really think she has a future in it. And
She
also,
put
I think I
together
just compare it to college because none of us had any
mm,
style. And
mhm.
like, I just would follow in suit of like the Southern girls and get like a revolve ass, look like revolve dress and call it a day. And I thought that was like, I was really doing it back then. But she's doing it. She's doing it now.
She for me and Emma's birthdays are so close. Obviously, y'all don't know that, but we're 3 days apart, and for our birthdays, she basically like curated each of us a basket full of thrifted pieces, and it was the coolest fucking thing ever, and everything fit for both of us. She literally thrifted Emma a pair of, like, gray, like, trousers, like, low-rise trousers that fit
And they
Emma
look
like a
so good
fucking
on her.
glove. Yes,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
it's insane, and it's also, like, first of all, me just, like, glazing her up, like, our friend that y'all don't know, but I'm like, it's so thoughtful too because that takes so much time, and it's just, like, the nicest, coolest gift to give someone. Also, yeah, if you have a friend that has a birthday coming up in the next couple months, you can just thrift for them over time while you're at the store. It's cheap. It's
And
definitely
thoughtful.
difficult, but it's, like, so thoughtful, and it's like, "Oh, someone really knows me well," you know?
It's cheap and thoughtful. I mean, what more could you ask for a gift? It's perfect.
Truly, it's amazing. Do you think we should move on, or do you have anything you wanna talk about from your past week where I haven't spoken to you, other than the
Um,
house?
yeah, actually, there's a little bit of a story I wanna tell from this weekend,
Okay,
actually,
great, I'd
if you
love to
don't
hear it.
mind.
No, not at
And I
all.
can't believe you haven't found out yet. Found
I'm
out, like, it's like
scared.
a big deal, but whatever. Okay, so basically, um, I have been, like, go, go, go on the weekends constantly, and a while back, we bought tickets to go see Rachel Chinouriri, um, at 9:30 Club in DC. And I woke up Saturday morning just feeling like overwhelmed, had to go to Mexico in less than a week,
Mhm.
like, or I guess a week and a half at that point, just like a lot going on. My laundry was piling up. My room was a disaster. I was slightly hungover. I had to help Kyle's parents open the pool. There was just a lot going on. So
Yeah.
I texted the girls and I was like, you guys, like, I never do this. I'm so sorry. But like, I really don't think
Wow.
I can make it tonight. Like, I feel fucking awful. Please don't kill me. And obviously, Elena, sweet as can be, was like, "You're fine. Like, don't worry about it." Alicia immediately starts texting me on the side, and she was like, "Just so you know, I'm really sad. I will get over it in like 15 minutes, but like, I am sad." And Alicia has been really looking forward to it. She is like the biggest Rachel fan out of all
Yeah.
of us, and I felt fucking sick about it. So I FaceTime her and we're talking, and she ends up convincing me to go. And I'm really glad that I did because I would have just been sitting at home like alone Saturday night because Kyle was working at the bar. So it was great. I started getting ready and I felt a lot better. I ran my errands for the day, whatever. So we go. Um, we're pre-gaming at the apartment. I had 2 drinks then. We leave, we go to the 9:30 club. The line was so long, so we decided to go to a bar. I have 1 drink there and a jealous shot, and while we're there, I took, like, my normal dose of mushrooms, like, minimal, like, microdose, nothing crazy. We go to Rachel, it's great, the concert's wonderful. We're maybe, like, an hour into the concert, and before it started, I did take a little bit more, but still nothing crazy, same shit I've been doing for the last, like, year. I've
Yeah.
taken way more before, nothing out of the ordinary. Um, she had Rachel had sung, like, 3 slow songs in a row, and I don't know, like, what was going on, but I was just, like, feeling like I really needed the urge to, like, run around, like, I really needed to, like, expend some energy, like, I just felt very off, and I knew that I was probably just, like, feeling my mushrooms a little bit. Oh, I also had only 1 more drink at 9:30 Club, so I had, like, 4 drinks over the span of, like, 4 hours, nothing crazy either. Um, she's singing, like, a ballad, like, an extremely
Scared.
slow song, and I'm staring at the stage, and all of a sudden, my vision starts, like, going a little bit
Okay.
black, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's weird, like, the lighting, like, what's happening? Like, I can't really see Rachel," and I was like, "Oh, no, no, that's me. Okay, cool."
Mhm.
My knees start getting, like, a little shaky, and I'm trying to,
Yeah.
like, play it off. I'm, like, in denial. I'm like, "There's no way I feel like this right
Yeah.
now, like, this isn't happening." So I start trying to, like, move around a little bit, and then as
Were
the
you
more
in a
I'm
place where you could get out? Sorry to just
yeah, so we're in the back, thank fucking
Okay,
God.
that's good.
We're in the back, like, pretty close to the door, and I was like, "Okay, maybe I can just, like, get out of here on my own and, like, go sit down for a second, and try to just, like, regain my vision and whatever's happening to
Yeah.
me." So, I thought about it, and then I was like, "Wait, actually, I don't wanna go alone. I hate to pull someone out," but I knew one of the girls was gonna come with me.
Yeah.
So I turn and I just said out loud to all 3 of them, I was like, "I don't feel well. I need to go outside. I think I'm gonna pass out." So, I turn around. The second I turn around, I immediately pass out and hit the ground.
No.
And I woke up and, like, the first thing that I thought of was like, "Oh my god, Emily, like, you're so stupid. You got so drunk that you fell at the concert." And then I
No.
came to and I was like, "Oh my god, wait, I'm not drunk. What's going on?" And I could hear, like, Alicia was, like, right in front of my face. She was like, you're fine, like, we gotta get you up, we gotta get you up." And I heard, like, Emma and Elena talking, being like, "She's not drunk, like, she just passed out, like,
Yeah.
she's fine, we just need to get her out." And 9:30 Club was very, very, very fucking sweet.
Oh,
They would
good,
not
'cause
let
that I
me
do
sit.
worry about that. Yeah.
I thought they were gonna kick me to the fucking curb. They wouldn't let me sit in the stairwell at first because it was a fire hazard, but they gave me a stool. They brought me an ice pack, and obviously I thought I was gonna pass out again. I couldn't even sit on the stool. I had to, like, get on the ground. And then I told Emma, I was like, "I'm gonna fucking vomit." So we had to run to the bathroom. I puked everywhere. And then, well, not everywhere. I made it to the toilet, but I just puked a lot.
Yeah, but a
And
lot, yeah.
then, um after I puked, I felt fucking incredible, like a new person, and we went home, we stayed up for, like, another 2 hours just hanging out. It was the weirdest thing that's ever fucking happened to me.
'Cause you don't have you ever passed out?
Only once when I was younger, and I was, like, really, really sick. Well, it was the swine flu,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
if
I
you
remember
will.
your swine flu, yeah. It was you were out for a
So
while from school.
yeah.
Holy shit, well, first of all, glad you're okay. That is, like I do worry about that because we've had our friend Teresa passed out, and she, like, had a history of passing out, and they just, like, immediately the bar we were at us and we hadn't even had a drink yet, I think we had 1 drink, and, like or we had just gotten our first drinks, and they just, like, immediately thought she was so drunk and were, like, kicking us
Mhm.
out, and were so, like I don't just, like, angry towards us, so that's so good that they were so nice. Shout out 9:30 Club.
I think if I had, like, maybe tried to go back into the venue, they probably would have been like, don't know if that's such a good idea." But they brought me the stool, they brought me water, they brought me a bag to bring in the Uber just in case I was gonna vomit again, which was really nice. And obviously, we I only know, like, 4 Rachel songs. Alicia and I think Emma knew more, but there was, like, 2 that we all really, really love, and obviously, the second I passed out and we had to leave, she immediately starts playing her favorite songs. We were, like, laughing about it because we could hear it in the hallway, and the girls were, like, dancing once they realized I was, like, well. So, it
Yeah.
was pretty funny. Yeah,
But
so,
I'm glad you were I mean, not that we're, like, middle of the crowd, front of the crowd people really, but I'm glad you were not in a situation, like, where you couldn't move.
it would have caused such a bigger scene too, like, it would have been, like,
I
so
thought
blatantly
you were gonna
obvious.
I thought you were gonna be the person where she's like, "Help, we need help."
They no, seriously, the girls sprang into action and got me out
Yeah.
so fucking quick, like, so they couldn't even be like, "She needs help over here." Like,
Yeah, because I always,
should've
like,
been
laugh about it
crazy.
now. I feel like I've said this before, but ever since who was it? Travis Scott, where, like, the tragedy happened where people were,
Mhm.
you know, but ever since then, every concert I'm at, there's, like, usually a couple, like, because the artists are just so scared of that happening, rightfully so. It's good that they're
Yes.
doing it, but I do think it's kind of funny because it's always, like, constantly, like like,
Over
every couple of
here.
songs, every year,
Everyone just turns
'cause
their
they
flashlights on all of a sudden, just waving it. Yeah.
yeah, and it is, like, a great change that we've made, but I do think everyone's just, like, so nervous of something happening
For
that it's, like,
sure.
happens, like, multiple times a set usually. So you were almost
Yeah.
the help girl.
Which would have been mortifying because I honestly felt fine, like, going to bed, but then obviously I woke up on Sunday and had, like, a little bit of the scaries, and I was like, "Oh my god, I passed out," and people saw, which is fine. It's not like I, like, vomited everywhere, like, pissed myself in front of everyone. It's fine.
Yeah, I think passing out is a lot you could do a lot more embarrassing things. I
It was
mean,
best case scenario, like, if you were gonna pass out, it was great.
yeah, highly recommend the back
Yeah.
9:30 Club. That's
Obviously, we
really
kept saying
scary because that
too.
hasn't happened to you. Because I know when I'm gonna
No.
pass out because, like and I do try to talk myself out of it, same thing, but I always, like, know when to go sit. But
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
were, like,
it
very
was I
confused.
was in denial, yeah, because then I started
Yeah.
getting, like, really clammy too, and I, like, wasn't really able to, like, feel my body, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta get out of here."
I
I'm
just
just glad that I
remembered that
didn't
happened to me wait, go ahead. I
I
don't
was
wanna
gonna
cut
say,
you
I'm
off.
just glad that I didn't end up going, like, outside alone ahead of time and then just passing out by myself in the
Yeah, that would have been
hallway.
really bad.
Oh my
I
god.
was just thinking about yesterday how in health class I don't think I had it with you, but in health class in middle school, like, I knew that STDs existed, obviously, but when they, showed, like, pictures of the STDs on the and these are, like, genital warts and, like, pretty intense ones you don't hear about much,
Yeah.
on the, projector, I, like, fully passed out at my desk And I told my mom that I passed out and I was just like, I have no idea why, but I think I didn't even realize it then, but I think when I get like with blood, the same thing happens. I think it was
Mhm.
just like seeing those images and learning about the
Yeah.
STDs made me completely pass out in health class. Thank you.
That's fucking crazy. Did the teacher, like, do
No, because
anything?
like I'm a chronically, or at least back then, was a chronically embarrassed person that
Yeah.
like same as you, like trying to like, oh, in denial. Didn't have eyesight for like a while. And then I just
Mhm.
like kind of passed out onto my desk and then like didn't have consciousness for a second, but like no one noticed and I didn't tell anyone. I'm shocked I even
There
told my mom, to be honest, but
there has to be one person out there who, like, saw it happen and just never said anything.
yeah. So I passed out during the STD portion of health class in 6th grade.
Well, and that makes the most sense, of course. I don't know what obviously, we kept saying, we're like, "It wasn't the mushrooms, it has to be something else," but I mean, it has to be. That's the only thing I think of. I ate breakfast and lunch, I had a very small dinner, but, like, that's not the first time I've gone out with less in my stomach before, so
Yeah, it must have been, were they new mushrooms that you haven't had?
no, it's the same ones I've been taking for, like, since I moved home, so
It's
almost a
weird.
year. It was very, very strange,
Well,
but
you didn't hit your head. Pretty much no one
mhm,
saw it. So
mhm.
y'all
It's a fun
are
story.
good. I feel like we need to move. That was a good
We
story
do,
to start off
yeah.
the story section, but we can go into other people's stories now.
Well, I just told a story, a personal story, so would you mind maybe reading a bit?
Yes, yes, I absolutely will. All right. This is an advice. It says, I'm so torn and need an outside, unbiased opinion. Probably thinking too much about this, but you tell me. I have a friend of 3 years. Let's call her Diana. I met her through work, and now we're just good friends as we've both moved abroad. Different cities, but same country. She is kind of obnoxious and can have a big ego, be a lot to handle. So I always tread lightly around her. Honestly, it was perfect that we moved to different cities. I don't think I could have handled a friendship in the same city abroad, and we do better from afar. She is gay, gay, gay now, although identified as bi up until maybe 1 to 2 years ago. Important to the story, she says. In the fall, she told me about this really perfect guy that she became friends with. Let's call him Lucas. She said he was so cute that we get along so well together. He checked a ton of my boxes, etc. She basically was like, I hate all men, but this is one of the good ones. The vibes were that she wanted to set us up, and I was excited to meet him when I visited in December. A week before I came to visit, she texted saying that she hooked up with Lucas the night before. I was just kind of like, I thought you were gay. She said that their whole friend group got really drunk. They all crashed at his place, and somehow she got dibs on sharing the bed with him while the two other friends took the couch. Then one thing led to another, and they hooked up. Probably TMI, but they made out and he fingered her, but she didn't do anything to him. The way she framed it to me at first was that they fully had sex, and only when I pressed about it later did she actually tell me the details, and I found out that it was only that, which is weird. I was annoyed because this is a guy that she specifically said we'd be a good fit for each other. And then she went and hooked up with him. She said he was the one who initiated it, and she went along with it because he was such a good guy. And if she were to hook up with any guy, it would be him. So she wanted to try it out and see if she was still into guys. Flash forward, I meet him. We do hit it off. We make out that night, have insane chemistry. Flash forward a couple months, we are now dating, and I'm absolutely obsessed with him. He is the most perfect man I've ever met, but I just can't get it out of my head that they hooked up. Especially because he also finds Diana kind of annoying now and called her out for saying they had sex when they didn't and saying that he initiated it since he says it was kind of a mutual and just drunk goof. Diana has also been so annoying about it ever since we started dating, constantly bringing up the fact that they hooked up, telling other people, reminding me of it, almost as if she's trying to make me jealous. Lucas has said since that it was a mistake and he has made it so clear that he's only interested in me and has never given me reason to think otherwise. I've even brought it up to him a few times and he's been incredibly reassuring, so I feel annoying bringing it up again. I know he doesn't like to talk about it because he wishes it didn't happen, lol. I guess my question is, do I need to just get over this? How? Is there another conversation I can have with him about it? Is it a big deal, or do I truly just need to brush it off as a drunk goof? What would you do in this situation? Thank you, ladies. You are the most epic. Love that.
Whoa, epic, that's a new one. Um, I at first, like, when you were reading it, I was thinking, like, "Okay, like, yeah, this is unfortunate, it sucks, but it's great, like, you've got the guy now." whatever happened in the past, it's unfortunate, but, like, it's in the past. It is what it is. It sounds like he's a great guy and they're a perfect match. It would send me into a spiral if my best friend kept bringing up the fact that she hooked up with my man. I think that is so fucked up. I don't think she needs to have another conversation with Lucas. I think she needs to have a conversation with Diana and be like, "You need to chill the fuck out."
Yeah, truly bar for bar what I was gonna say, and, like, because I knew she was a little bit annoyed that she hooked up with him when she said she was gonna set her up with him, but I don't even think that's, like, something that you should really be mad at your friend for because, like, you hadn't met him yet, so you can't like, you can be like, "Oh, like, what? I thought you were gay and, like, this is a guy you're gonna set me up with." It is, like,
Yeah. I mean, it's
weird,
weird, but
but
it is
yeah,
what it is.
not really something you can get upset about, but I would be upset about her continuing to bring it up. I feel
Yeah.
the exact same way.
I think we've talked about this a bit in the past where we're like, yeah, like we sometimes would dwell on our boyfriend's histories and like girls will write in like talking about like things that guys have done in the past and like ways to get over it. And like this to me seems a little bit minor. It is unfortunate that she's a close friend and like you were probably constantly reminded of it. Um, but yeah, I would immediately be being like, you need to stop talking about it. It makes me uncomfortable. I think it's strange that she's not only bringing it up to all of their friends, but then to the girl who wrote in herself. Like, I just think that's weird behavior. She sounds like a textbook narcissist.
Yeah, textbook narcissist is crazy.
Well, just like based on everything else she said, like she's like a what did she say? She's like an attention seeker. She's a little bit
Yeah.
crazy. She's probably a Scorpio.
Yeah, I think, like, to me, I don't really think that this warrants a I don't know, like, a formal conversation, but I do think like, again, I think it's really weird to keep bringing it up. It's also like, why are you bringing up and, like, telling random people, why are you bringing up a random hookup that, like, it wasn't even sex, like, you also it's her
Yeah.
boyfriend now, it's just
Well,
even if y'all did have sex, very weird, whatever, like, to bring it up. I do think if she did it again, I would, like, then pull her aside and be like, "I think it's really weird you keep bringing that up, like, I don't care that it happened, we've just all moved on, and, like, we don't need to keep talking about it."
mhm.
'Cause, like, it doesn't need to make you sound like, it doesn't make you sound crazy or anything. It's just I don't care that it happened, just stop talking about it.
It doesn't make any sense to continue to talk about it. It was like a very like I don't know what to say, like, simple hookup or, like, easy, just, like, they slept in the same bed, they fooled around a little bit, maybe had sex, and that was that. Like, nothing crazy came out of it.
Yeah, and then I think I was just trying to read her, like, questions again. Is it a big deal or do I need to brush it off? I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's one of those things where we talk about a lot where you have to, like, as you get older, like, that's something I say this a lot, but that's something in college I'd be like, "No, like, fuck you, like, we're not hanging out with her." But it's like,
Mhm.
once you get older, you realize that's actually not important. He chose to date you for a reason. He didn't date her, like, regardless of them hooking up. It's fine, like, it's not a competition, it's just something that happened, and it's just something in the past, like, it's not something to think about all the time, but it's hard to do I understand that it's hard to do that if she's bringing it up, so
And it sounds like her man, Lucas, is a wonderful guy. Like, I
mhm.
feel like he's handling the whole situation very well, and it's honestly even a plus that he doesn't like her.
I know, yeah, I think he's responding the perfect way of, like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I wish it didn't happen because I feel like
Mhm.
I've had like, not in my current relationship, but I feel like in the past, like, I've had girls like that where then, like, my boyfriend would be like, "I mean, I was drunk, like, I wish it didn't happen
Mhm.
either, but it did," you know?
It's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's normal, definitely a weird situation just because she is gay and was testing it out and was already setting you up for this. But I think that my only advice would to be, like, if she says it again, to say something to her.
100%.
Would you bring it up regardless, even if she doesn't say something again?
No, because I feel like that's the perfect opportunity, like you said. I mean, the next time she says it, which I'm sure she will, to be like, let's not. anymore because, like I said, Diana's a textbook narcissist. If you bring it up on the side, she'll probably, like, love the fact that you're thinking about it.
I
So,
was just gonna say, yeah, if you bring it up out of the blue, she'd be like,
it
"What? Like,
seems
why are you
like
even, like, think" like, she just
yeah.
seems like a gaslighty bitch. Not like
Mhm.
not bitch and I mean, I'm saying bitch as just, like, a girl, like, I'm not saying it, she's a bitch,
She kind
but
of seems like a bitch, but
well,
that's
it's
just me.
possible. But, yeah, it seems like she would be like, "What? Like, I don't even remember bringing it up. Like, why are you bringing it up?" So I think you
Oh
wait.
my god, yeah. No, yeah, definitely wait. She for
Yeah,
sure would do that. We know her so well.
we really do.
I think I'm gonna go into a bit of a story here.
Perfect.
Hello, ladies, longtime listener. And fortunately, I have a story. It's kind of long, so I'll jump in. I'm single, been on the apps for a while, and this year I decided to actually try and go on dates. I matched with this guy who lives about an hour and a half away. We start talking, and right off the bat, we get into a little argument over politics, but we cleared up and blame it on miscommunication. A few more weird moments happen, like him asking for proof I was at the gym because I took a while to respond, or giving me dry responses when I said I was busy and couldn't talk on the phone. Normally, I dip at the first sign of ick, but I've been trying to stop ghosting people immediately and give things a chance. And honestly, we did get along when things were good. He ends up asking me on a date and suggests we meet halfway. I say yes, but a few days before, he changes his mind and offers to just drive to my town instead, which is perfect so I don't have to drive. Date day comes up, we meet. We meet up and it's actually going well. We're joking, vibing. He holds my hand in the car while we listen to music, and he tells me he picked out two restaurant options and lets me choose. Both were fast casual spots, which I don't mind at all. I pick one and we go. At dinner, the conversation gets a little deep. We both open up about some personal stuff and it's going well. Then I fuck up really bad. The food comes out and I go to the bathroom to wash my hands and, of course, decided to text my friends. The bathroom is nasty, it smells horrible, it's messy, and there are ladies in there laughing and talking about how bad it is. I'm distracted. I don't even use the bathroom, just wash my hands and start texting my friends in separate messages. Message one, he's nice. Message two, we're having a good conversation. Message three, we came to restaurant name. Why are all these men cheapies? And then in the same to the same friend, no, I'm kidding. He seems genuine. Somewhere between the second and third message, I got distracted and accidentally clicked on his name and sent the last two messages to him. Didn't even realize it until I walked out of the bathroom and saw him looking at his phone with the most disappointed face. He sets it down, and of course, I have to fucking face what I did. I panicked, deleted the messages, and walked back down. I walked back, sit down, and asked, "Did you see what I sent?" And he goes, "Yes." I apologized for the next full hour. I don't even know why I said that I actually liked the place we went to, but my friends always clown on me for liking it, so I was trying to beat them to the joke. It was so dumb. We leave the restaurant, and I'm still trying to smooth things over. I asked if he wants to keep hanging out or if he wants me to go since he drove all that way. He says he doesn't want me to leave, but he's not sure what to do. I keep apologizing and explaining, and then he asks if I said anything else about him. I said no, and then he asks to see my phone. Mind you, this is the first date. He says it makes him feel like I'm probably talking to other guys since I won't show him my phone. I tell him that's not the topic of conversation and it doesn't really matter, but also if you need to see my phone right now, just tell me to go because I'm not doing that. He drives me back to my car and I leave. I text him again to apologize because I felt so bad. He texts back that it's okay and even calls me the next day. He ended up telling me it was okay and he acted out of emotion, but it was just too much. Like way too damn much. Then I end up telling him I just don't think this is going to go anywhere and I don't think we're a match. I apologize again and tell him I hope he understands. He texts back, no problem. I don't respond. Hours later, he says, "That hurt. Just know I didn't have bad intentions." I'm thinking, okay, I never said you did. I respond one last time in hopes he will understand it's not going to work. I tell him no matter how good of intentions he had, it does not mean we are a match or that it will work out, and I hope he understands. Hours later, he sends me a song that says, "This song reminds me of you," and then sends and unsends a reel on Instagram. We both end up unfollowing each other. I don't respond and just block him. Honestly, the universe works in mysterious ways, and I'm so glad it did. PSA to all the girlies, make sure you text the right person. Anyways, I still feel a little bad because what the fuck was that? But it taught me a lot. Love you girls. Thank you for the pod. It seriously gets me through the week.
I was gonna say the same thing, like the divine intervention piece, because
Let
he
me see
seems
your phone.
weird. Yeah, it's like it's a little dramatic, but it wasn't a horrible text. Like, it was, like, very clear, like, you're just joking with your friends, like I mean, yeah,
She
it's not
also,
good that he got it, but I don't think she should feel, like, as bad as She does. Like, because also you don't know each other. So if that happens on a first date, like, I mean, I guess I'm putting myself in his shoes, like, I would be upset too, but like the normal reaction would be like, damn, like, like that's what you're
Yeah.
texting about me. And then she'd be like, I'm so sorry. Like I was trying to beat my friends to the joke. And then I feel like from that, like he should have been like, no, it's fine. Like I just picked the two restaurants that I found and I thought this one was good. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
and I
I
understand
feel
it makes
like
him feel bad, but I don't think it's that serious.
she even replied right after the 3rd text and said, "No, I'm kidding. He seems genuine." Like, if anything, that's best case scenario. Like, that's immediate, like, first date validation. Like, he seems great.
Yeah. And like, if she had only sent it without the follow-up of like, "No, he's kidding, he seems great," then it
Mhm.
would be definitely worse, but, like, that really does like, it shows that it was a joke, kind of.
She also has the perfect excuse. Like, she likes the restaurant and her friends think it's funny. Like, that's, like, a perfect,
Well, it's
like,
also,
cover
like,
up.
that's some shit that I would send, like, regardless of how the date was going, like, it would be like if I was at Chili's, I'd be like, I mean, it's going well, but, like, we're at Chili's, like, that is definitely interesting. Like, it's something like that, I don't know. I just don't think it's, like,
Yeah.
that serious. Also, like, he was already showing some red flags, like, the politics fight, like, y'all probably shouldn't have an argument about politics before you even meet, which it's
Mhm.
fine, like, I understand giving more chances. I've given chances to men that, like, I knew we probably wouldn't hit it off, you know? So been there, but and then like the gym thing, I think he was always gonna end up a freak. So I do think like I think it was divine intervention. Saying that again.
I can't even imagine, like, the shit that he would do if, like, they were fully dating. Like, if they were BF and GF, oh my god. He would be
No, and
going through her
that's
phone daily.
yeah, and like if y'all continue to go on dates, he seems like the kind of guy that would never let you live that down, which it is
Mhm.
like you can only say so much about sending an accidental text that wasn't that bad. Like you can only apologize so much. The other person has to move on or not. Like if it's actually that heartbreaking to him, don't keep pursuing me. Like you like a normal person, if they were that upset by that, like if some maybe if someone sent me that on a date and I was like, that's weird, and then I'd just be done with them. But he wasn't done with her. Like I do think it would have been a weird relationship if anything panned out.
Well, he didn't even take, like, the way because she sent a very nice text being like, "I don't think we're a good match. I don't think it's gonna end up working out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry." And then he replied saying, "Just know I didn't have bad intentions."
Ignored it.
What? Like, what?
Also, I mean, there's so
Okay.
many red flags. Like, also him being like, "Well, you're probably talking to other guys then on your if you won't let me go through your phone." Like, what? I'm allowed to be talking to other guys, and
This
like
is our first date, motherfucker.
that's not what we're even talking about here. I'm trying to think of
Anyways,
like, I don't know if I've sent. I know we've talked about it, but I don't think I've sent like a really bad accidental text in a long time.
I don't know if I've told this story before. I
I feel
didn't
like
do
you
this.
have.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Our friend sent the text.
Wait, continue. I don't need
Okay.
to guess.
We were drunk in college, obviously, and we went out to get food with a group of girls, and one of my friends started texting in our big group message about
Yeah.
another girl who was sitting right across the table from us, and she started just saying, like, "She's so fucking annoying, I wish you'd shut the fuck up," or
Yeah.
something like that.
I think you have all this on here, and that is
And it's like,
that's
what
like
are this
worst case scenario.
I mean, at least you, like, nip it in the butt right away, and, like, she, like, burst into tears, and our friend had to be like, I'm so sorry, I
Did they ever
don't
get
know."
I don't remember exactly who you're talking about, but did they ever get over that, the 2 of them?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they were roommates, so
Okay.
they had no
Very cool.
choice. Yeah, no, they got over it quickly, and, like,
Yeah.
luckily, we were intoxicated, so that was, like, a pretty easy cop out and just be like, "I was drunk, emotions were running high, sorry."
It really
And the
is tough
girl's a
because, like
yapper, so I didn't blame like, the text was kind of true.
it is so tough because I am talking shit so much, and I'm always so worried. Like, I live in a I should just start talking less shit because I'm kind of living in, like, constant fear of, like, sending to the wrong person.
I don't know, like, could be with someone that, like, I don't know that well, and I'm definitely, like, noticing about myself, like, I'm one of those scary people who were like, I bond with someone kind of by like talking shit, which I'm like trying hard not to do. But I just feel like I get close to people that way and I can like gauge whether I'm
Yeah.
gonna be friends with them or not. I don't care who I'm with. Like if I barely know you and we start talking shit about someone, I will be like, you need to check your phone.
Yeah.
Like make sure you're not
Literally the other
recording.
day, like, Brooke and I were talking about something that wasn't even bad, and my phone was overheated, and we didn't talk. We stopped talking because we were scared that my overheated phone was still, like,
Oh my
active
god.
and sending out blast to people. Like,
Yes,
it
you
makes
literally
literally
never
no
know.
sense. We started, like, whispering. So stupid.
Oh my
But,
god.
like,
I
we
don't like
have to.
if I have a phone in like another room, I literally will be like, we're not far enough away. We gotta go check
Mm-mm.
it.
And even, like, if I'm at someone else's house, I just always assume there's, like, cameras on me, even though, like,
Cameras.
no one
Mhm.
has that. Like, I'm just constantly like, I am being listened to and watched.
No, it's crazy. Kyle and I have to do it at his parents' house. We literally will like whisper when we're outside.
But I think it's good to operate like, you have to operate that way a little bit because I don't it's not like I'm even you guys know my talking shit, all of our talking shit. Like, it's nothing, like, horrible, but it's, like, not something I'd ever want other people to hear.
Well, of
So,
course.
you've
Get looked at
gotta
differently.
yeah. Even the pod, sometimes we'll talk about something personal, like, during an episode, and I cut it, like, something that we're like, "Oh, wait, we have to, like, go off the air for a second." I get so paranoid always that, like, I didn't cut it. Like,
That's
it
like my
didn't or,
biggest fear
like,
because we've
when
done
I
that
transfer it
frequently.
yeah, I know, and, like, when I end up or I'll, like, like, I'll tell, like, some random tea that I'm not even supposed to know, which I do tell sometimes on the Patreon, but anyways, yeah, I always have to, like, go listen to the actual episode when it's up on Spotify to see if it's somehow miraculously entered back into the file.
And it would be just our luck if it did.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, like, I'm horrible at what I do, so
You're literally not. Look at this
well,
pod. Look at this
gotten better.
empire you've built.
It has gotten better. I do think we're kind of, like, out of time. We are gonna record a bonus episode for those who are on the Patreon. Sorry we didn't get to as many stories as we normally do, but, do you have anything else you wanna say?
God, no. I'm all out of words for now.
For now until we record a bonus. Alright.
Yep.
Love you guys so much. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back
Bye,
next
guys.
week.
See ya.
I just blew a kiss like you do.